What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. I am your host, HBAC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, the Southside Bum, and Dougie Freshness. And I just noticed the names of everyone is missing.
Oh yeah,
we know who we are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
who moves things around? Who's moving things around over here?
I don't know.
Who's been sleeping in our bed?
StreamYard's just acting all weird, but guys,
Yeah.
happy Monday, happy weekend, everyone. We're 3 days away, guys, and I'm excited. It's most wonderful time of the year, right?
Hell yeah, dude. It is. You know what? I think you said it perfectly. That's how it feels, man. It feels like Christmas is coming. Like when you were a kid, like you're counting down the days, everything. Those same vibes. Same vibes.
Yep. So but we're at the game. I'm a little hurting, guys. We're at the Hawks game yesterday. And they did old school. We ran it back old school. They put seven on there and the shots were flowing. I'm a little sore this morning. That was not in my bingo card for the weekend, but I was like, it was funny. Like Sarah, like, oh, we're not going to drink a lot, right? I'm like, they probably won't score a lot.
there was a lot of goals yesterday.
Yeah.
Question for you guys. You guys were at the game. For those that don't know, we do the Blackhawks drinking rules. You can find those on our Twitter page and stuff like that. Did you guys do them for all 7 goals, or did you pick and choose when you were celebrating? Because that not only does it hurt the body, but the wallet at the United Center.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we could afford 7 gold shots plus the victory shots. That's thousands of dollars at that point.
Dude, we could not keep up. The bartender, John, as I was getting ready to leave, came from on the other side of the bar and gave me the biggest hug. He just said, "Thank you." So we made his night.
The problem, like Peter, I was telling, I forgot who I was telling. But like back in the day when for playoffs, we're doing the shots. We do them immediately after a goal or first commercial break. Right now, we're waiting till intermission because they were scoring so much yesterday. I think you two missed like 2 goals because you were pissing.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. It wasn't even an intermission or anything like that, so it wasn't long lines or anything. We like literally get in there, take a leak, hear a goal in the bathroom, get back by you. Jason's like, "You guys missed a goal," and then as he says that, there's another goal. It was crazy.
But you have to stack them. Like, all right, well, cheers, Missy.
Cheers. The super chats look different in StreamYard now too. It doesn't come up a different color. That's why I thought it was just a regular comment. Now it's different.
Weird.
Thank you, Missy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Missy,
Cheers.
for the $99 or 99.
Yeah. So during second intermission, though, the shots just kind of started stacking on top of each other, and that's when shit started getting off the rails. When you start doing like 3 shots within a 10-minute period, like
They looked good yesterday. That was a fun game.
It was a very fun game. Very fun game. Yeah.
I was watching on CHSN.
Oh, look at you. Rabbit ears, good reception.
And the upstairs, yes. Downstairs, can't watch.
Oh, shit.
I was watching basketball the whole weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little basketball during headlines, Johnny. I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, Peter, how you doing, my man?
Feel good, like you mentioned, man. I think the excitement is in the air. It's almost like Christmas, but with good weather. And I'm knocking on wood, and I say that knowing that things can change. But it sounds like we're gonna get some decent weather on Thursday. And I'm telling you, man, between work and now throwing the tailgates, I might as well be a weatherman. I've got radar like checking. I got different like maps up on my 2 screens, and I'm like, I want to make sure we're Gucci. And it sounds like we're Gucci. It might be a little cold for our guys coming in from Texas. Our guy Jose and Stephanie might be a little cold, but 60 to us is gonna be. That's shorts weather for Dougie for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I was rocking shorts yesterday.
Yes, you were.
So I'm excited. Weather's turning. Yes, grass is turning green now. It's coming back from dormancy. So things are looking on the up and up. So I'm excited. I got my t-shirt on. Usually it's freezing in the basement. I'm wearing hoodies all the time. It's getting better in Chicagoland.
Yeah, I've been opening up the windows, getting that fresh air. Yeah,
That's good.
Hell
Dougie,
yeah.
how you doing, my man?
Dude, I echo your sentiment. I'm hurting today. Went a little too hard, but it's all right, man. You know, I started off my weekend on Friday. Pretty cool. Madison Fresh's school doesn't do the traditional father-daughter dance. They do more of a family style, like to kind of, be more understanding that parents don't get along. I don't know. If that's
Inclusive.
correct.
More inclusive.
Yeah,
which is good.
exactly. So we got to go do that. And honestly, like, I was kind of dreading it because, like, I'm not like a dancer without cocktails. And yeah, like, I was like, all right, whatever, So I got out there, did some dancing. They had a little photo booth and one of those 360 things. That was the first time ever doing one of those 360 things.
Oh, they're fun.
Those are
pretty
cool.
man.
Yeah.
It's always funny trying to figure out which pose you're gonna do. Are you gonna do the point? Are you gonna like do some like face or whatever or dance move? Like you never know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Well, the first time I did it, the lady looked at it and she goes, "Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and redo that again." And I was like, "All right, fair enough."
Wow.
She's like,
I saw a couple of the pictures you posted, Dougie. You had the dress on and you had a collared shirt on. I was like, "Oh, look at this guy, cleans up well."
I wore cream-colored pants, dude.
Yeah, you had the '90s Dockers on,
bro. I was immediately like, I got to the gym and it was a little warm, and all of a sudden I started having flashbacks of Jeff Dunham wearing white shorts. I was like, "Oh no, not again." But
so
I was good.
I've been to a couple of the dances, like like the school dances and stuff like that. When you say dancing, it's 90% Bruno Mars, right? You're dancing to Uptown Funk, or like what are we dancing to at a Dougie Fresh
Brothers
school dance?
Yeah, dude, it's like these like songs that like are really popular with the kids and with the kids. I don't fucking know, man. I mean, it was like Apatapate or some shit, or I don't know. It was weird, but there was a reference from the DJ about the Tootsie Roll, and I looked at Mary. I'm like, they ain't gonna play the Tootsie Roll in this school, are they?
Can you imagine? They start playing Tootsie Roll, and then they transition to My Pony. We might have another. Fresh by the time the dance is over.
Right. Yeah, it was a good time though. Good time.
We don't actually have one for chugging. So I guess that could fall into. I guess it could fall into the $4.99.
I think $4.99 is fair. $4.99 is fair for depending on who you. It should go by tiers. Dougie's chugs cost less than Johnny's or Jason's. But yeah, that's the those are the interactive super chats that we're pushing now. But you guys could choose a topic or do a bunch of different things. But yeah, I guess we should add a chugging portion to that.
We
so
should.
I'll do that. I'll do that for next week.
Okay. And then Gordo has a quick super. Cheers, cheers, Gordo.
Oh, my man.
Hey, Gordo.
We're gonna Gordo on Thursday. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny, what's going on, my man?
I mean, I told you guys I've been watching. We're gonna get a little more into it, but I was watching college basketball. It was the greatest for me. I know you guys are not really big fans of college basketball. Peter, I know you might be a little bit still.
I watch.
Yeah, you watch, but this is my favorite time of the year. I love watching college basketball. I was watching a lot of games. A lot of good first round games as well too. I really like that Creighton versus Louisville game. But and then Illini won on Friday. I was happy about that. And then Sunday, I kind of knew with the Illini, I wasn't really putting high hopes with them because I kind of knew how they played over the second half of the season. A lot of turnovers. And if you saw that game, a lot of turnovers in the beginning, and that's kind of how they lost. I mean, when you turn the ball over and against a good Kentucky team, you're going to lose, and that's what happened. But I'm still going to be watching the games. So we got the Sweet 16 coming up here on Thursday and Friday. So I remember the last time last year when the Illini were in the Sweet 16, I completely missed it because it was the same day as opening day. So
Yeah.
glad that they're, in a way, glad that they're not, part of the Sweet 16. But either way, I'm still happy about the Illini, and they're just going to have to rebuild and all that. But overall, it was good. It was a good time overall.
Look at this, Johnny. You're getting money just for being an Illini fan. Imagine if we all got money. If I got money for being a Fire fan or something. Thank you to KJ Emojis for the $1.99,
Yeah.
Johnny. It pays. It pays to be an Illini fan.
All right, Dougie. I hope you're ready because our boy Taco
just loaded one up.
I know, our man is. You just talked about being hungover and playing hurt today, and then immediately Albert saying, "Let's get a Dougie chug going." But maybe that's hair of the dog, if you will. It'll make you feel better.
It is. So I'm doing a little garage beer lime. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right.
There you go. Look at that, Jesus!
Like a pro.
doesn't even flinch.
You know what we're gonna have to do now is I'm gonna have to keep like a pint or like solo cups down here just in case we all have to do one.
Yeah.
I am drinking tonight.
Correct.
It's baseball's in the air. I'm thinking summertime vibes. I got my my Stone Bienaveza, my salt and lime beer. Got my fancy Stone glass that I got down at the brewery. So figure you have to drink your beer in the glass it should be in, right? So
yeah,
on brand. Wait, what did you call that beer?
It's the Bienaveza. Did I say it right? Yeah.
No, is it?
Buena,
Oh yeah, it is Buenaveza. So yeah, it's a combination of
Buena.
I thought you. I'm like, no, there's no chance it's named that. It is. So my bad.
What does that translate to?
It's
So
like a
Buena
combo.
is good. Vesa is beer. So
Right,
they cut off the cerveza and just put the Vesa, so it's good beer. Buenaveza.
Oh, okay, fair.
I said good beer, and I just guessed, and I'm like, oh yeah, good, I got it right.
You nailed it.
So before we get rolling here, guys, I wanted to show you something. Because this is kind of weird. So, like AI, all that shit, it's pretty popular nowadays, and we've seen. There you go. That was a good one.
That's gonna be fun for the Spotify and iTunes listeners are gonna have fun with that one in the morning.
I think that we have a werewolf. They think we're gonna have a werewolf.
Talk Vomit's gonna be driving. It's gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
So we've seen like AI. We say, hey, you guys seen what Skynet did? Don't go crazy with the AI. Boston Dynamics has those dogs, right? And when you see what happened in Black Mask, like, don't do it, right? Well, guys, the newest one has shown to the stage, and guess what show is coming to life now? This is
what in the hell?
This is it. It's Westworld, man. They decided let's just make Westworld a real thing. So this is the proto clone, and it's got 1,000 like artificial muscles that are powered by like 206 like polymer bones or whatever. It's crazy that the way they use this like microfiber system, whatever. This thing actually has a electric pump in it that's like the heart.
Nope.
Yeah. So each artificial muscle has like a mesh tube that has an air-filled balloon. Hydraulic fluid is pumped into the balloon and expands and contracts to create a muscle. It's powered by a 500-watt electric pump that they call the heart, and it's capable of circulating this fluid at 40 liters per minute. And it also has a nervous system built in too.
No.
This is going crazy. This is becoming very surreal. It's too much.
I'm gonna be honest, Jay. I thought your AI during the 108 tourney was bad, and that was just a couple of images and a quick GIF of something. This is horror story stuff. And this goes back to like a thought I have, and I'm convinced of this. There's dumb people and there's smart people, but then there are some people that are so smart that they go back to being dumb. Because this is a dumb idea. There's zero chance this goes well for people. I don't care how much technology and AI and algorithms. It's bad news. We've seen enough movies, and I'm sure you could say, oh, well, the movies aren't real. Everything turns out to be real in the long run. So this is about as bad as it could go. They need it. I mean, jail time. That's like pre-jail. You see that? Somebody post that, like bragging, like, oh, look at our company. Look how far in advance we are. Nope, jail. All of you guys. No dice, dude.
Yeah. This thing, like, it has like I said, like a nervous system, like sensory system. It has 320 pressure sensors that for force feedback. So it allows it to process visual input from humans. Like if you're like shaking a hand or something like that. Like do these people not watch Westworld? Do they not know what happens? All of them break free and start murdering everyone. Like, why are we making this? Is literally what you're doing. You're making this happen now. Like every time I watch a science fiction show now, I have to be like, gee, what idiot's gonna start making our human demise faster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it at all.
Yeah. So that's, if you're interested more in seeing the video, it's a proto clone.
No, never show that again. No, we're gonna have to start like vetting the videos we show on this thing, because that was a horror story. It's not even Westworld too. Julie and I watched the first season of Westworld. It was good, and then I felt like it slowed down a little bit.
But
it's every AI show ever. It's Ex Machina, it's Westworld, it's Terminator, it's all of those. iRobot. Like this is gonna be bad news sooner rather than later. People are already getting duped. It's bad enough getting just duped by actual AI photos. Can you imagine like an actual human being running around like that? No dice. We got some super chats. This is a problem.
Yeah, let's go.
We got some. I'm gonna have to go get beers. I think. We got
one
here.
Get a beer,
yeah. Stone Cold cheers that. So I think he should get. Now we set a bad precedence with the $4.99. He should choose 2 people to chug, and then we got Gordo coming in hot with a $19.99 that says all bums chug, including Julie.
I have a feeling we're not going to finish this podcast the way that we wanted to. I think we're going to
for once in my life, I have actual stats for White Sox players, because this is our baseball preview show and we have predictions and stuff like that. These numbers are going to be, I'm going to be cross-eyed by the time we talk White Sox. So.
All right, well, we gotta chug it. So.
All right, you chug this one, because he says, yeah, I'm going to go get 2 beers. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to play an ad for Windy City Sports Cards.
Yeah, I got to get.
And then we're going to reload while the ad plays. So thank you, everyone that super chat. I love this. I'm all in for this. But we're going to have to really come correct next time. So I'm going to go grab some beers and let me play this quick ad from our sponsor, our presenting sponsor, which is Windy City Sports Cards.
The BumCast is proudly sponsored by Windy City Sports Cards, who specializes in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports. Whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, or Cubs, they have you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast selection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from your favorite teams and players. So visit their online store at 312WindyCitySportsCards.com to find exactly what you are looking for to complete your collection or discover a new favorite. Hey, our names are back.
Oh, that was almost perfect.
Our names are back. We got he says, I paid for a chug. You have to chug. We're not arguing, baby. We're in. This is like when in The Simpsons when Ralph is they're bullying the nerds and we're like, this is the life we chose. This is exactly the life.
All right. No. Cheers.
Salute, everybody. Hey, let's have a happy opening weekend.
Are we chugging this whole thing? Are we chugging the whole thing?
I'm gonna try. I'm so bad at chugging. This is gonna be embarrassing for me specifically, but you guys do what you want. I'm gonna try to chug.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Oh man,
Did
you got it.
Yeah. Holy shit. Now I'm gonna have the obligatory burp.
It's different when you chug out of a glass for me, just because it's like
I think it's easier.
Wait, hold on. I sent this to you guys because it's probably something I'm completely dumb about that I had no idea. But it was the way that you're supposed to pour a beer. Remember, I sent you that
Yes.
photo about how to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I wish I had a picture of it. A lot of foam. My buddy was telling me when you pour the beer, you're just supposed to leave it like that. You're not supposed to tilt it.
yeah, you got
And
to.
yes,
straight.
like that. Thank you, Jason. So I was like, I've always seen everybody tilt the glass. And I'm like, I never do that. I never just leave it like that. And then he told me why. And then obviously you told me, guys, as it makes your stomach not bloated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I tried it on. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Before the Illini game on Friday, I'm like, I'm going to try this. I'm just going to just pour my drink. And that foam was taking too long. I said, fuck this. I'm not going to do this. So I just started tilting it again.
I'll say two things about my chugging real quick. Number one, I'm kind of hurting, so I mean that was hard to go down. I wasn't planning on drinking originally. Number two, for some reason, I chug a Guinness a lot fucking better than I do a normal beer
because there's no fizz. There's no fizz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna probably start if this is gonna be a routine. I might have to keep some Guinnesses on in the mini fridge here. Because the Guinnesses, there's no bubbles. Those things go down smooth. It's like drinking a milkshake.
Yeah, those things. I can down one of those. I can not Dougie time. But I think like 7 seconds. I can do a Guinness. So
now that was the chug we did for Chicago. Do we still owe Gordo a chug?
We do.
I think that's a combined. I'm combining.
You're combining. You know what? I'll do another one.
He said all bums chug. I'm counting it as the all bums.
We owe Gordo a chug. I'll do one in. You know what? Dougie's doing one now. I'll do one in a little bit once we get going here because this is gonna be a long show if we're just gonna keep drinking, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do.
Gordo. All right.
Yes. We're off the rails, baby. It's opening weekend.
Towards the end of the show, they'll get saved towards down the show because we got a show to do. We still got another hour or so to go here. I'm not trying to.
We're 25 minutes in. We're not even at headlines.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get to some headlines here.
All right.
All right. We're gonna get to some headlines.
$70 is $70.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week during the tweet police segment. And I wanted to ask you guys, did the tweet police segment actually work? Are we actually law enforcement for the internet? Because our guy, not really our guy, 670 to Score's Dan Bernstien out from 670 to Score. The longtime radio host. They said enough's enough and it's time for a change. And he is out. So I just wanted to get your immediate reaction because there were some people on the internet saying that we, the Chicago sports bums, were dancing on his grave. And to that, I say, like Vince McMahon once said, which I know Vince McMahon's a bad guy, but Brett screwed Brett. Dan screwed Dan, right? Mm-hmm. This was not necessarily a one-time ordeal with them. It had been a culmination of a lot of bullshit, and they were finally fed up with it. So, yeah, just wanted to get your guys' quick thoughts. Because, I mean, it happened, like, right after the podcast last week. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it was Friday, right? It was Friday.
Yeah, it was on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't really talked about it as a group.
Listen, I don't wish anything on anybody. I'm always like that. I'm not that type of person because I karma. I'm a big believer in it. So I don't wish people getting fired or any of that stuff, even if you don't like them, But I mean, Peter, like how you mentioned, I mean, this isn't the first like offense with this guy. I mean, he's had multiple times where he's done stuff like this, and maybe just not on Twitter, on some other things as well too. I mean, it's just. Like I said, I mean, they're the ones who made the decision, 670 to Score. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've seen, other people that he's worked with over in the past, vying for him and saying how much of a good person he is. But, like I said, this is not the first time that, this has happened with him. So, like I said, I mean, it is what it is. And, I think, Leah Riemi was the one who replaced him today, right? I don't
Yeah,
think if full
yeah,
time.
yeah.
she's going to
Leah,
be.
Yeah.
Leah Rahimi. That's
Yeah,
a good
Rahimi,
upgrade.
yeah.
That's an upgrade in my book. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know about everyone else, but I mean, anything was an upgrade. And it's something I've said in the past, right? Growing up, Boers and Bernstien, in high school and going into college, that was must listen to radio.
Right.
But that's been so long at this point. It's been bad for the better part of a decade. So at that point, if the juice was worth the squeeze, the score would have kept them. And I saw people sharing like information about how he still led the demographic in Chicago radio by like a wide margin, but he's going up against Greeny talking New York Jets on the other side of the dial, right?
Right.
Like if he was middays against someone worth a damn on ESPN 1000, maybe that's different. But at some point, like I have no choice but to change it to the score because I don't want to hear Greeny talk, Mets and Yankees and Jets half the time throughout the year. So yeah, he was an institution and he still like was a monster in the ratings, even at the twilight of his career, but he was going up against like nobody at that point. So yeah, I mean, it had to be done at that point. And when you go against family and threaten the docs and everything else, like, he did this himself.
No, he absolutely did. The one thing that I would love to have seen is how many people would have actually came, running to his defense had this whole thing with Barstool not happen. You remove this whole thing with Eddie and everything like that. I think that there is a certain level of people that hate Barstool so much that they were willing to go ahead and run alliance with this loser. And I think that was a lot of it. So I don't buy it for 1 second. I mean, anybody that's actually worked with him, sure, that's a personal thing. You're chopping it up with the guy off the radio. You're knowing his family, everything like that. I understand that shit. I don't discredit any of those people. The people that I discredit are the people that were just continually going to bat for him blindly, like just ignoring everything that he's done over the last few years.
Yeah. And like we got accused of siding with Barstool because we've been staunchly anti 670. But I mean, I've said I'm a Stoolie, and Eddie, of all people, Eddie's like the nicest guy ever. So like, yeah, if you want to, Portnoy has his warts and his demons, and a lot of people in that company do. But Eddie's just a local Chicago kid that is friendly with everyone. He's been friendly with us personally at games and different things. So I was going to go to bat for them, and I don't blame the people going to bat for Dan Bernstein because there has been a lot of good. He stood up. He was like one of the vocal Sandusky guys. Like he's done a lot of good charity work. Everyone that's worked with him says he's a good guy, but I don't blame you for being loyal, right? Like if something happened with you guys, I'm going to stick up for you guys. Like that's just being loyal friend. That's being a friend. That's being a coworker. But to the general public, especially nowadays in 2025, the radio is scratching and clawing just to be relevant at this point. So like when you have that much bad press, enough's enough. All right. Yeah. Before we get to the next headline, we got a couple more super chats. We're flowing with the super chats, and I want to thank everyone. This has been a fun show so far. We got Roxy, $35. Celeste and I are stoked to see you guys on Thursday.
Can't wait.
We're stoked to see you guys. It's been a while. I'm stoked to see everyone on Thursday. I think it's like I said, it feels like Christmas Eve at this point. Like a kid.
It's like we're all going back to school. That's what it feels like.
Yes, it's a first day. You know what's funny?
It's first day of school.
It is like the first day of school. I've been thinking about this. I told Julie that like I'm debating whether I want to wear my black hoodie with my black hat and my Jordans, or I'm like, am I going to wear Vans with my Whiskey at Comiskey shirt? Like I want to like lay out my outfit the day before just because I'm so excited.
I already have it set.
You're ready. You're
ready. Yep. I already got my books and everything all set, so I'm good.
Your backpack and your
backpack,
your Transformers lunchbox,
with all the beers and yeah.
And then we got Aaron saying, I don't know what we're paying for, but Peter, take a shot for disrespecting my favorite chilaquiles.
All right, what happened here?
I don't know if $4.99 necessitates a full shot, but I will drink this delicious whiskey for you, Aaron.
Yeah, we're gonna have to modify our super chat rules to include shots and chugs in there. So
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna get my
guys.
I'm getting my Gordo chug out of the way.
I'm just gonna start taking Tuesdays off.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say. I guess I have some unemployment has some perks right now.
give all the drinks to Jason.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I did say they were just nachos. So I made a TikTok. I like doing those blind rankings on TikTok. I did them for the 108 tourney, but I like doing them for random things, wrestlers, drinks, different things. I did a Mexican food rankings today, and I said chilaquiles. And I've talked about this on the podcast before. Chilaquiles is the most overrated Mexican breakfast of all time. The line between really good chilaquiles and ass chilaquiles is negligible, to where, like, if you go out to a restaurant, they're usually gonna fuck them up. So I don't like chilaquiles. I think they're overrated, but that's just me.
Wait, do you like huevos rancheros?
Hell yeah, huevos rancheros are delicious. Huevos rancheros, huevos a la mexicana, huevos con chorizo. A lot of better ways to eat your eggs than with soggy
I'm not a big
nachos.
chilaquiles. Yeah.
See, this is where, like, I gotta say that I make it at home, and it's perfect because, like, you eat it right on contact. You know, when it's sitting at a restaurant, sometimes it's going to sit at that pass waiting for the waitress to come, and you're right, by the second those things are starting to get soggier and soggier and soggier. So, but I do not appreciate the disrespect, because I actually really love chilaquiles.
But you probably make great ones. All right, next headline. We said we were going to talk a little NCAA basketball. Johnny, I think you mentioned it during our banter that you watched all the games. But the games, they were great. There was one really good game. There was one buzzer beater. You know, it feel like it wasn't as, like, crazy as in years past. But there's one guy stealing the show, and it's this Amir Khan kid. The team manager from McNeese. It's not McNeese State anymore. I learned that this weekend too. It's just McNeese. They dropped the state. This team manager has gotten NIL deals from Buffalo Wild Wings and Tick Picks and a bunch of different people. They said that he's making up to, like, or close to six figures.
Yep, six figures, yeah.
And I thought, holy hell, that's awesome for him. You know, out of nowhere, he raps a couple songs in the pregame, and he becomes this, like, cult figure. But Johnny, you said you wanted to talk about it, so I'll let you run with Amir Khan.
Well, I mean, I knew he was doing this because he started doing this during the conference. That's when I first started seeing it. Like, their conference tournament, that's when he started becoming a little bit more recognized. And then obviously in the tournament, you know, he came and, you know, obviously McNeese, you know, upset who they beat in the first round. I don't know. They upset somebody. But no, it wasn't Purdue.
Because
they
Purdue.
was it Purdue?
Purdue won. Purdue won.
Yeah, Purdue won. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I just saw Purdue on the thing. That's all. I'm just being drunk.
Yeah, after that point, he was getting that whole suit was from Under Armour. They personally gave him.
Yeah, he got a deal with Under Armour.
Yes, he's got 3 deals. Like, I think it's like 3 deals, NIL deals, and possibly I think more. Like, he's making 6 figures right now. He gifted the whole team gold chains. That's how much he's making. He's making decent money right now. So he gifted them. They were. The crazy thing about this whole story is a couple things. One, I saw people interviewing him versus the players. You know, he was like the big thing. Clemson, thank you, Roxy. The big thing was that they were interviewing him, and all the basketball players were railing around him. They weren't feeling like salty or, you know, anything like that. They were actually railing around him because they knew how big of an important part of their team was. You know, he was just hyping them up, and that's what helped them out. My whole thing is that the craziest thing that I saw, you're right now in college where even though the tournament's going on, you're seeing the transfer portals, you're seeing coaches going to different teams and all that. Well, the coach for McNeese is going to NC State. You know who else is following him? My man, Amir Khan is also going.
He's leaving? He's taking the bag and running.
He's going to NC State with the coach. Yes.
I didn't think so. You know what was I had 2 questions. So, like, if I was a fan of this team, like, from the outside looking in, I casually watch basketball this time of year. I like it, but it's fun. It's a great story. He's rapping, like it's funny. He goes viral. We're tweeting it out, quote tweeting it. Great. If I was a diehard fan of McNeese and they make it to the tournament and you're trying to your damnedest to make it, wouldn't this feel like an awful distraction? And I'm thinking about that like as a meathead fan, like as a meathead fan of that team, wouldn't you be like, man, I wish they just, like didn't do all of this?
I think that they call them like Amir Aura.
Yeah,
Oricon. So if you know, there was other stuff that was going on. They were having cheerleaders putting his shirt on.
They all had his,
well too.
Yeah.
Everybody. This kind of reminded me a little bit. I know it's a different vibe, but the whole Sister Jean thing. Remember when Loyola was going into the tournament? Obviously Loyola had that nice run. They went to the Final Four, but Sister Jean was also a big part of that because she just became a figure part of that tournament with Loyola. So I think that was kind of the similar thing with him as well too, is that, he kind of like rallied around like not only the team, but like everybody in the school was rallying around this because it became a very, I guess, popular thing and it became a big deal. The whole thing that was crazy was that because the coach is now leaving, going to NC State, he's going with them as well too, which is the crazy thing. But I mean, he's got the money. I mean, he's doing good. You can't knock the hustle, man. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
I don't knock the hustle. And my last question to this is something that you don't really think about because NIL is it's taken over college football.
It's crazy.
College basketball. Yep. But you make all this money, people are transferring. You still only have 4, maybe 5 years of eligibility if you redshirt. This guy, as a team manager, can he just collect NIL money until he's fucking 40? And his fucking Jonathan Taylor Thomas haircut is like gray? Like he's making the bag now, but he's not playing. Like, what if he just keeps doing this?
They'll change the rules next year to exclude him. NCAA will find a way to screw him over big time.
That was my question. Like, he figured out how to fix this or like rig the system. The players only get money until they're out of college. This guy, he's not playing. He could do this forever.
This is true. This is true. I think he's a smart guy that I think that, he's taking his bag, but he'll find something else. Like, I feel like this guy's smart enough to go and get money somewhere else. But I mean, he's getting his 15 minutes of fame right now. So I mean, hey, kudos to him, man. I mean, if you can make your money the way he's making his money, all power to him.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, Peter?
I was going to ask Jason, what would your big boombox song would be? If you have to rap, like out of a tunnel, to hype everyone up. What are you thinking? You doing a little Jay-Z, a little Nas? I feel like I have a good grasp of what you like.
Yeah, I would have to. That's a good question. I'll have to ponder that and think about it. But
we should have done this pre-show. I just thought about it right now.
It would probably be something like Jay-Z or Nas. Yeah, I think
it's got to be something hard, maybe like a DMX or it's got something. It's got to have something.
Maybe some
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang,
yeah, a little bit of MF Doom. MF Doom would be good.
MF Doom, yeah.
But not a lot of people know that. All right, one more super chat. We got Missy saying, my dream job, follow a guy around and call him boss.
Yes.
All right. We got 2 more headlines. We'll go quick. This one, I'm in golf Twitter. Maybe Sam Reeves could attest to this, but the internet broke because Tiger Woods is dating Vanessa Trump. And the way he announced it to the world was something out of like a 16-year-old high school relationship where they announce it and he says, I guess love is in the air, or love is in the air and a better life with you by my side. And it was, I'm a Tiger Woods defender from Jump Street, right? Like I've been a fan of his forever. And I don't even care about the whole Vanessa Trump angle to this. But just the fact that he had to toss this out there for the world, I was like, you don't have to announce, you don't have to ship a relationship when you're Tiger Woods, right? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing here, Tiger Woods? You're damn near 50.
That's what kids call a hard launch.
This feels like a WWE type of thing. Like it's like a storyline of soap opera-esque type of whatever, because it's a Trump, you know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
you know, obviously with his, you know, background, Tiger Woods, obviously being one of the greatest golfers of all time, but, you know, his history as well, too. To me, I think it's funny, you know, because the whole thing is like, at this time, we appreciate our privacy. Then why the fuck are you putting it on there?
Yeah, that's exactly what Roxy said. At this time, we appreciate privacy. You broadcast your page with 1 million followers or millions.
This gives the big, like, hey, I'm announcing I'm leaving social media. So here's my social media post about me leaving social media.
Yeah, it's the LeBron James 0 dark 24 or whatever bullshit he used to do, right?
Yeah.
I do like the people. Go ahead, Dougie.
No, I was just gonna say the one thing that I like totally kind of blew my mind about the whole thing is obviously, you know, she left Donald Jr. because he cheated on her. And what'd she do? She went right back to another guy that cheats. So, like,
so that's where, like, it was kind of funny on the timeline. People were saying, like, she has a whole Wikipedia page of the people she dated. It was like a cartel member in Los Angeles when she was young. It was like she went from a cartel member to like a Saudi sheik with like billions of dollars. She went from him to Donald Trump's son.
Yeah.
And then to Tiger Woods, and they're like, look at this history. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? Look at Tiger's history. I love the guy, but it was like Perkins waitress, Hooters waitress, like 15 other people.
Elin, girls thrown in there.
Like Lindsey Vonn, the Olympic skier randomly, and then a bunch of other people. It's like these two maybe are.
This might be a good matchup. Yeah, this might be a good matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was it. I want to get your takes on this. People were going crazy about it. Last one. We're gonna talk baseball. This is something that, like, we talked about the Tetas hat earlier, and now to come over the top, the Baltimore Orioles are coming in hot with the Chesapeake Bay Sox are going to be the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers for select home games this season. So, Dougie, you're the hat guy. Are you, Jason? You're not even a hat guy. Maybe I feel like this is the hat you might buy.
No. What I was gonna say is I brought this up when we were talking about I think it was a Tetas, or it may be something else a few podcasts ago. You need someone young in that room saying, "Hand up, not a good idea."
They know what they're doing. This is the one where it's like, you know exactly what you're doing, Baltimore Orioles AA affiliate. Like, this didn't happen by accident. The other one, maybe the Anaheim Anals hat or the Tetas hat, maybe I could see that being an accident. There's no way you chat GPT this logo or AI or pay somebody to make this logo, and it's like by accident it looks like, you know what.
Rocky had a good point. That anyone over the age of 30, but yeah, maybe it's just, hey, let's see what we can get away with.
Yeah,
you know, all the old fucks won't know what it is. That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Smart chance.
I think it was more publicity to them, more publicity, like to get that, like, you know, a little controversy. They probably saw the whole thing with the Tetas and those hats. I'm like, you know what? I think we could one up them on this whole thing. Yeah.
You want to put tits on a hat? Hold on. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold on. I got something.
They also took a nice spin on it too, and I can't remember. They're donating like 20% of something to like a charity or something like that, like due to the influx of, you know, this whole thing. So they're trying to turn it into something good. I will be honest with you. I check every single day to see when that hat comes up. They've got the jerseys up and most of them sold out already. I don't really necessarily want a jersey, but I want a hat 100%.
You're gonna sell it? You're gonna put it on eBay for $1,000?
No, I'm gonna put it on this bean. That's what I'm gonna do.
Pun intended.
Speaking of beans.
All right. That was headlines. Good stuff here. But we gotta get into, my nipples are getting hard right now because we gotta talk some Sox.
Hey, wait, yo, take it easy. What are you talking about here?
Like I said, we said it's Christmas is here. Let's go. Sox are back, and we started off. You know, we've been promoting our tailgate for the better part of a month now. It's opening day, whiskey at Comiskey. Vibes are gonna be an all-time high, you know, until their first pitch. But yesterday we were at the game. We all got the alerts John Schriffen gave us a nice little shout out on the game yesterday. You want to pull up the video?
2025 Sox. Chicago Sports Bums put on the best tailgate in Chicago. So if you want to get there early, join them in Lot B. It is going to be a vibe.
No lies were told in that.
No.
In that video clip.
It is going to be a vibe.
The one downfall was that video came out and all of our phones started blowing up at peak drunkenness yesterday. Like, I mean, we were, yeah.
I surprisingly with the Illini game and watching, I was actually fine. I was like, I was too invested in the game. I think that's why I wasn't really that drunk. But yeah, I
saw Dougie coming by the bar and I almost gave him a Bubba Dudley, like with like the tape.
Yeah. No, yeah. So I was watching live. I was actually watching the Blackhawks game. And then as soon as the White Sox game, being the degenerate or maybe masochist that I am, I'm like, let me watch a little bit of White Sox. So we were upstairs in our bedroom where I get CHSN because downstairs I can't watch shit. And me and Julie are watching. And I heard it live with Julie. And I'm like, oh shit. But I'm watching on the antenna. So I can't rewind. I can't do anything. I'm panicking. I'm like, I have to clip this. I have to figure this out. So then I go on the CHSN app because I have that too, like an idiot. And I'm like, all right, let me get the White Sox game and let me see if I could scroll. You can't even rewind on the CHSN app, which should probably be an early bum of the week. So the app is just like I'm watching live. You can't fast forward, rewind, pause, or do anything. And I'm like, fuck. So first thank you is obviously John Schriffen. That was awesome. Like, it was really great. And like, we got a great reception and everyone, clipping it and everything. And the second is Ian Eskridge from Future Sox, because by the time I was logging into my CHSN account, he had already clipped it and posted it and tagged us. So I DM'd him right away. I was like, dude, that was awesome. You saved my ass because I was panicking. And I was like, but he clipped it and we were able to share it. So I want to thank Ian Eskridge and I want to thank, everyone at Future Sox because they're awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. Because we got another one a couple weeks ago and we weren't able. No one had the clip for it. Like, yeah. So that's awesome.
I'm gonna fight Sam Reeves in Lot B because the Schrift Dog's our guy now. So another reason why we don't like the score. Another reason why we don't like the score.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, Thursday, 3 days away. Thank you to everyone who RSVP'd. We have over 150 RSVPs, guys. That's how this thing is going to be fucking bananas. We got Bubba's whiskey. I got the bottles in the garage, and they're ready to be loaded. They're picking up the beers on Wednesday from the Ramova, from other half like brewer. We're gonna have 6 cases of beers from them. Awesome. And we're gonna have all this delicious food from Firewater. They're bringing a small little grill. They're bringing a grill smoker. We're gonna be on site doing it live. We're live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we're gonna do it live.
So we got pork, we got jalapeno brats, we got chicken, we got mac and cheese, coleslaw. I mean, this is gonna be awesome, guys. Like, don't miss it. Thanks to everyone who's RSVP'd, and thank you to everyone who's also put their names offered to put their names in the back of our limited edition Whiskey at Comiskey opening day tee 2025. We've seen the preview. Johnny looks very good. I think everyone's going to like it, but it's our concert style tee. So everyone's handles who are attending are going on the back. So if you by chance have RSVP'd and one of your guests would like to be on the back of the shirt, please send us a message. We'll get it on there and add it because we got a couple days away and then, can't get you on once the cutoff ends. So, but yeah, guys, I'm fucking pumped. We're gonna be there bright and early, and let's hope the weather is good. And Peter, I hope
baseball. It's baseball. We're
calling
back.
it now. I'm predicting it. Tom Skilling style. Weather is gonna be good.
Firewater Barbecue is a proud sponsor of Whiskey at Comiskey. Check out their March specials. They are Southside Strong, White Sox ready. The Shirish Samley is a Southside home run. Firewater slow smoked pastrami. Wet rub, dry rubbed, and smoked to perfection. Topped with melted Gouda on a fresh baked pretzel bun, served with Georgia mustard and a side of kraut. A true Southside classic. And their March Madness meat platter is for the true Southside fan. a championship-worthy platter featuring ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and smoked sausage with 2 sides and cornbread. Just like the White Sox, this platter is built for champions and perfect for game day with friends. Firewater is open 7 days a week, serving award-winning barbecue from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 4 great locations: Crest Hill, Elmhurst, downtown Geneva, and Elsip. Stop in and tell them the Bum sent you. I gotta get that ad mixed up for next week because we got St. Patrick's Day's over now. So
Dougie left.
Yeah. All right.
Still good food.
Still good food. Yeah, I think Dougie got Telemundo internet there. So hopefully
it says
he'll be back.
device not connected. He'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. If not,
all right,
we'll see him on Thursday.
All right, so let's get some White Sox talk here. We're gonna do some predictions. And all that some good stuff with some notes as well. But first, we did it for Bears. We've done it before a few times. We're gonna do our hot take 5. I'm gonna give you guys 5 hot takes, and I want you to say true or just give me a true or false if you think it's gonna happen, if not or not. So this isn't, like I said, this isn't necessarily stuff I'm believing, but these are just statements. And I want you guys to chime in here. So first one is true or false. Louis Robert will be on the Sox post trade deadline.
Damn it. That's a good one. False. I think he's gone at the deadline. Yeah, we'll talk about it more during our predictions. I think, with him hopefully being healthy, he looked great in the spring. He's taken a lot of balls. He's taken a lot more pitches. He looks a lot more. You heard what I said. I said what I said. He's taking a lot more pitches, and the main thing is if they're able to spell him from center field and kind of rest his legs, put him in DH a little more, save him. If he plays good in the first half, there's going to be a desperate team. There was already people sniffing. We heard it during hot stove season. The Mets were interested. The Mariners were interested. There's going to be a lot of teams, that are going to be interested come deadline. And you kind of have to strike while the iron is hot. I think it would be like if they got rid of everyone else. They got rid of Cease. They got rid of Crochet. You're in the rebuild for a long time. There's going to be a lockout next year. It just makes sense for them to, move him at that point. The only issue I have, or the only question I have is, and I think I don't remember who said this. One of the podcasts mentioned it. We don't know how much influence Justin Ishbia has yet, right? He's just in the starting point of, buying the minority shares and buying and being more invested in this team. Is there just a slight chance that maybe Ishbia is like, hey man, we could probably pay this guy and he could be their star player for the foreseeable future if you don't trade him? I think that's a long shot, but that's the one carrot dangling the string or whatever, where it's like maybe Ishbia has a little bit more pull to, they don't start fire sailing these guys. But I think he's going to get traded.
So I'm going to say false. I'm going to say he doesn't get traded. They were trying to do this with him last year. They couldn't find a suitor. Obviously, he had a little bit of a, down year and all that. Looks good in spring training. But this is spring training we're talking about. You got to transition to, that first half of the season, see how he does, see that he's healthy as well, too. I don't think they do it. I think Peter, how you mentioned it, it is the Ishbia factor. I think that there has to be some sort of because he does have stock in the Sox. And see, that's the thing is that I think, looking at if he does well, I just feel like I don't think they're going to want to trade him. I think if that money comes in and they're like, okay, we're going to be spending, we're going to be, giving these guys money, and this guy's still young, I think they still keep him for the foreseeable future. I know this is a lot of hearsay, so this is just in my opinion, but with the whole Ishbia stuff that's been going on, it seems like it's a development thing where he is going to have more majority portion of the White Sox and more like hands-on, where he's going to be like, okay, I think again, it all depends on how he does in the first half of the season. Because if he starts getting injured again and he starts, playing like shit, it could be a different story. But I'm going to go with false right now. I'm just going to stick with that for right now, and I'm going to go that they're going to keep him for the foreseeable future.
All right, so I am going to go true, and I am going to say that he plays well. He will definitely be our all-star, but he'll get traded right before the all-star game, and the White Sox won't have a representative.
I am saying he is going to be on the Sox because I'm a numbers guy. I go by data and trends, and he hasn't played a lot of games, and I think he's just gonna he's gonna get injured again. Trade value and
it's the analytics.
I was trying to figure out what you were going with the numbers. Yeah. I'm like, you're gonna hit me with WRC plus or WAR? You just heard all the time.
With games played.
Yeah.
And until you put up 120 plus games a year, I'm going with, you're not beautiful. You're not going to be traded. All right,
Jay. Before we get to the next one, this is a good question. We could go quick. We're going to be there on. Will Tim Anderson get a warm welcome?
No, he'll get booed.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna be in the stadium, by the way. We're still gonna be in Lot B drinking by the time they get the lineups up. But if I were in the stadium, zero chance I boo him. He did a lot more good than he did bad. I think
it's gonna be a lot of recency bias, and it's gonna be the bad negative publicity around him, the fight, embarrassing, the bad batting average, all that stuff. I think there's going to be a recency bias with it, and I think he will maybe not overwhelmingly, but I think you will hear some boos.
Okay, so if we're going to go around here, because you said it, we're probably not going to get there for the intros because we're just will probably be drinking. Peter, you say you would probably not boo him. I'm not going to boo him.
I would have clapped. I would have clapped actually.
Jason, you're more of the booing side.
I wouldn't personally. I would just not do anything. I'm not gonna cheer. I'm staying silent. But I'm saying I think there will be some boos.
Dougie.
No, I would cheer him. But did he for sure make the team yet?
Ooh. Good question.
That's a good question. I think he is. I think
okay.
I think he is. I know Eloy did not make the team, but
right.
What about Yohan Mercado?
That's a good
the one thing I think he's hurt. He's got a toe again. It's a big surprise. But Peter, remember the people have spoken, so I hope you remove the song from the playlist.
No, it's out. It's out.
Yeah.
It was closer. It was closer. I put the poll out there. Do we remove Desastre Personal from the tailgate? And it was leading to keep it for a while, but at the end, enough's enough. It's out. So we will not be hearing that banger. On Thursday. So
he's not part of the team anymore. I'm sorry. Great.
It's still a good song. In pour one out 40 style in memoriam.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. But
Julie's mad. She loves that song. All right, Jason. After you ask your next question, I kind of want to put it to a Twitter poll, a flash Twitter poll, 1 hour. Does TA get a warm welcome? Yes or no?
Okay.
I want to see. I want to see what happens. We could talk about it at the end of the show.
Yep.
Okay. Second take here. True or false? Both Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz will be called up before the end of July.
I'll go real quick. Yes, I think they will because the White Sox as a team can never stay healthy, and they're going to need bodies.
I think Hagen Smith will. I think he'll probably start off in the bullpen. They've already talked about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to do the old school Garrett Crochet where you start off in the or put him in the bullpen for a little bit till you get your feet wet. I think Hagen Smith for sure. Yes. Hulk Hagen. I call him Hulk Hagen because of the mustache. So patent pending on that one. Noah Schultz is an interesting question because he's got all the tools to be a star, right? We saw him at Sox Fest Live. He's fucking tall ass drink of water. Like he's fucking awesome on the mound, but he still hasn't pitched longer than 3-4 innings.
It's like
and that's of all of MLB. So if you do call him up, I'd rather him them stretch him out a little bit so he can be a starter from the beginning, because I'd rather not see him in the bullpen for the time being, because realistically the team's not going to be any good. We're not going to need high leverage situations.
Yeah.
And there's no rush. So as much as I want to see him, I'd rather not until he's fully ready and he's pitching, 5 innings in the minors, because he's just not ready at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're going to come up, I would say, after July. I think there's, how I said, there's no rush. There's no rush to bring any of these players up. We're not a playoff team. We're in a rebuild mode. You want to make sure that these guys are ready. You kind of, you kind of rushed up Andrew Vaughn, and you look at where he's at. You rushed a lot of other players as well too. And I mean, look at where they're at. Make sure they're ready. I'd rather make sure that they're 100% ready to come up. You saw flashes with Hagen Smith. He pitched really good during the spring training. And Noah Schultz is a top prospect in the MLB pipeline, top 100. So I don't want to rush these guys. I feel like you could get a couple months without them and then bring them up when they're fully ready. I'm not a big fan of the rushing part, because are we winning a World Series anytime soon? Are we going to the playoffs?
No.
So.
No.
Yep. I'm saying true to this. I think they're both will be called up by July.
That'll be fun if it is.
Yeah. So Peter, you mentioned this. So this is my next hot take here. True or false? Hagen Smith will be called up to be a bullpen guy, and you already said 100%
Yeah.
true. So
I think in the beginning, the guys are young. Why risk it? You see every goddamn other pitcher from the White Sox getting Tommy John surgery. So you better.
Yeah, we're like six pitchers.
Yeah, so it's like, do your damnedest to not get these guys hurt. And eventually, at this point, every Major League Baseball pitcher at some point or another is going to get Tommy John. You just try to either get it done out of the way soon or prolong it, and hopefully it's not until way down the line. But for the foreseeable future, no, I'd rather them not, or at least Hagen Smith, him not start and start off in the bullpen and then see where it goes. Like after you stretch him out and he shows that like he's got the stuff, because dude, White Sox Dave was raving about him, and I know White Sox Dave's checked out with the White Sox, but he's still more of all the things Dave like breaks down. I think the pitching is the best thing he does. And he was raving about Hagen Smith, so I'm like, all right, this is interesting. He looks good, so yeah. Hopefully, yeah, like you mentioned, July.
Yeah, I would love to see him do some of these like cleanup games, long relief, type stuff or whatever, to where like one of our starters gets kind of blown out. You need somebody to eat like 2-3 innings. Yeah, I mean, that's where I would like to see him. So yeah, I do believe the bullpen would be the best case for him right now.
I mean, you've seen it with Mark Burley, you've seen it with Chris Sale, you've seen it with Garrett Crochet. They all started in the bullpen. That's where they first started to start developing them, not going straight to being a starting pitcher. I think that would be a good thing for Hagen Smith. He's got a lot of nasty stuff. Was he the one who struck out Ohtani twice in the Dodger game? So
he looked filthy that game.
He's got a lot of nasty stuff. Again, there's no need to rush him. No need to rush him at all. Give him a couple innings, get him middle relief, or not closer, just get him like middle relief. And just get him in there just to get his innings in there, just to get the feel of the game, the speed of the game as well too. I'm okay with that. I'm okay for him going into the bullpen 100%.
all right. Next up here, number 4, true or false? Colson Montgomery was sent down for service time manipulation, and he'll be the first one called up by the end of April.
False. Colson Montgomery was sent down because he can't hit a fastball or anything else. I think I've been out on. We mentioned it last year. We kept saying like, "Hey, look at Colson Montgomery and what he's doing." Like, for all the hype, I just don't see it, man. They're like, and you can tell even if you're a casual fan, you could tell by how he's dropping in the rankings just on the White Sox. And I know a lot of that has to do with the trades and the pitchers being really good, and like they get bumped up. But dude, Colson Montgomery at one time was a blue chip prospect. Jason, I think you asked a question of like, will we see him at the end of last season before we did the preseason like predictions last year? And I was like, oh man, that'd be awesome. And like, he just never put it all together. I don't know, man. I mean, you should manipulate service time. You should do it to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the old Chris Bryant thing, right? Like you want to gain as many years of control as you can. But for Colson in particular, that's not why they do it. He needs to get better in AA and AAA before you get brought up.
Guys, he's the Pedro Serrano of our team. You know, that's basically, I mean, that's what it is. That's basically what it is. He can't hit one pitch. That's why Pedro Serrano in the major league,
Right.
he had a hard time. He has, I saw him field. I saw him. Yeah, he's got no
marbles.
No marbles.
No marbles.
Give him some time. Another player that I don't want to rush as well too. Get him more time in the minor leagues. Get him. He's got that swing of a Cody Bellinger, but again, you have to learn how to hit like a Cody Bellinger. You know what I'm saying? So, give him more time. I don't think he's coming up like anytime soon. Until he learns how to hit. He certainly learns how to hit more pitches than just one or two.
Yeah, I agree with the other boys or whatever. I don't think this was about service time or anything like that. As of right now, like we might not even see him until like September call-ups. I mean, if he doesn't turn that shit around, you know, like
don't rush him.
Hit a $110. You know, 9 hit a few at bats, but hit a $110. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Not service time related. I know people might have been shocked that he was, but yeah, he didn't hit. And
yeah. So, and the fact that they sent him down so early, like they could have done it like right before the season started. They sent him down early because like, all right, this guy ain't it. And what's crazy is like all of the offseason, you listen to like Chuck Garfien and all the big White Sox podcasts. Like everyone said, Colson Montgomery is given every opportunity to win that shortstop job. Like it was his for the taking. Like he could have been the starting shortstop for this team, even if he was halfway mediocre, and he just wasn't. And it sucks, and it's sad, and it's scary because he was a big linchpin and a big thing that we were all counting on. But he's still young, like Johnny mentioned. And Johnny, you said it a bunch of times. Don't rush it. He'll be ready when he's ready, but hopefully he will be. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
I wonder how much, like, if we still had Pedro go fall, he would probably bring him up right away.
Oh, fuck that. No, let's not even think of that. Let me, you know what?
No,
get to this.
No, I'm trying to compare that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different coaching staff. They see what's going on with them. So I'd rather them analyze it, focus on them. Like, okay, he's not ready. We're not going to do it just to please the Sox fandom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're not going to go and just we're not going to toss him in there just because we all know that he could be a big thing for us, like right off the bat, but he ain't hitting. Like you rather see these guys succeed first before they move on to the next step. And I think that's what, we're seeing with this new coaching staff. They're seeing that, hey, this guy needs a little bit more time. There's no rush to it. And they understand that, the White Sox fans, we've been so fucking patient with this team since we started rebuilding. This is like the third fucking rebuild we're doing.
Well,
they understand we gotta get to that point. Just again,
get things right.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yes. Got to get things right.
Again, Rick Kahn, they couldn't draft position players, and it looks like so far history is is still repeating itself. Like they weren't able to figure out position players then, and looks like they haven't figured it out yet either. So
the one thing I'm glad you mentioned it, Johnny, because it is something that Pedro Grifol and the other the higher ups did, but like they gave every opportunity for Oscar Colas to be the starting right fielder opening day last year. Oscar Colas was the starting right fielder, and it showed that he just wasn't ready. So maybe Will Venable, like you mentioned, Johnny, Will Venable is being pragmatic. He's being, logical with this and saying if Colson isn't ready, which he's not, let's take our time with him. That's the right thing to do.
Yep. All right. My last hot take here. True or false? Andrew Vaughn has finally put Heightgate behind him, and he will figure it out and hit close to 300 this year.
All right. So this is something I think both talked about it on one of their shows, that now that like the height is behind them, he could relax and kind of go back to the Andrew Vaughn of old and the Andrew Vaughn that we thought we were going to get. The problem is I think he hit like something like 254 last year. There's zero chance he goes from 254 to close to 300. Like that's just too big of a bounce back for Andrew Vaughn. Can somebody do it? Yes, maybe on steroids, but no, not Andrew Vaughn. I do think he's going to be better. I think he's going to be better than last year. I just don't think it's close to 300 good. If he hits with even a little bit more power, and now I'm contradicting myself. I was going to say a little bit more power and average, but I would like to see him at like 270, 275 with a little bit more pop. It's baby steps, right? Like we had this huge expectation for Andrew Vaughn because who his predecessors were with, like Konerko and Abreu and Thomas before that. Like he had gigantic shoes to fill. And it just wasn't there. The hype was there coming out of college. We thought he was going to be a 300 hitter from Jump Street. But like we've mentioned, and like we mentioned, like Johnny, broken record, but you rushed him. He probably shouldn't have been up as soon as he was. And it's been a long process with Andrew Vaughn. So I don't think 300, Jason, but I think he does have a bounce back here.
Okay.
So this is how Andrew Vaughn wins this season. He changes his walk-up song to "I Wish I Was a Little Bit Taller." Perfect. That's how he wins the season. Yes,
play
exactly.
into it.
Lean
that
into
would
it
be
really
fantastic,
hard.
Dude,
Into it
that would
hard.
break the internet. And we mentioned it. Missy's mentioned it. Like the admins for whoever's running the social media for the White Sox. There was a noticeable change at the end of last season, and now this offseason they've been good. They've all been good. There's a little bit of like levity there because I think even the front office and people in social and everyone else knows that this is going to be a long season. You kind of have to have fun with it. Yeah. If he did that, Joe or Dougie, I'm sorry, I don't know why it's like Joey, Dougie, that would go a long way. This guy has a sense of humor. This guy gets it. That would win over a lot of fans.
Hell yeah, dude. Wish I was a little bit taller.
Wish I was a baller.
I think all these drinks that everybody was paying earlier are starting now to pay off on us.
Idea juice.
Idea juice. But I'm gonna say I would be happy with him. I don't think he's gonna hit 300. I would be happy with him. I think a realistic number for him because he's been in the league now. Like, I mean, there's no excuses for him. I'm going to say 280. I would be happy that he would be a 280 average hitter. Yeah. I'm going to say 20 plus home runs that he's going to hit this year.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 280, 20 plus home runs. I think he finally breaks out of it. I don't think he's going to hit 300. I just, I'm not saying I want him to be average, but I just feel like this is it, man. Like you've been in the league for a while now. Either you're going to make it this year or it's just going to be another year where, it's just another year where it sucks, and I'm hoping that he just breaks out of that seal and he becomes the hitter that we thought he was going to be. So I'm going to say 280 plus 20 home runs for Vaughn.
Okay. I'm going. Right. So I'm going 293 hitter.
All right. So I'm looking at it now. This is going to be his
flowing from yesterday.
Fifth year in the league. His career high is 21 home runs. So plus 20 is doable, Johnny. I think if he hits 23, that's awesome. We're all happy with it. 25 would be amazing. His highest average throughout his career is 271. So going to 290 and hitting 25 home runs or 23, whatever we're thinking, I think we're asking for too much. I think 20 home runs or 25 home runs and like a 270 average would be best case scenario for him.
Okay. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Dude, hopefully, dude.
Heightgate was holding him back. He saw all the negativity.
This is the beer just talking.
He saw negativity and it brought him down. And now he can just breathe and, open his mind and let the hitting come naturally.
All right, so let's clip this just in case you're right. And then, you're going to have bragging rights. Imagine if you nailed it. That'd be fucking awesome.
All right. Before we get to some final White Sox talk here, Jose sent the super chat. Taco only has his stolen credit cards right now, so I'm stepping in. He wants to see Johnny chug a beer shirtless. Wants to compare muscles.
Nah, that's not. I love the super chat. We're not gonna complain about any super chat. Johnny shirtless. We're paying serious money for that. I'm telling you right now. I don't even know if Johnny would agree to this, but that's got to be way more than $4.99. I'll chug a beer for the chat, but no dice on the Johnny shirtless. See, now I'm your pimp, Johnny. You don't have to do that.
Again, no. Well, I'm not going to do it. I mean, nobody's going to tell me I'm going to take off my shirt.
Dude, Peter talked to him like he was this pimp. He was like, Johnny, we ain't doing that right now.
All right. So a couple quick news and notes. Sean Smith, Rule 5 player, made a team. That's a feel-good story.
Feel-good
really,
story.
really good.
That was
feel-good story. And then, as always with White Sox, there's the yin and the yang. And Torpedo, out for the season with Tommy John surgery. He had the elbow issues going back to the last year. I feel like, it was like last August or whatever. But I feel like the typical Sox, they wanted to wait and rehab. I feel like you could have, done this, been proactive with it. It could have been back sooner than later. But now, he'll ramp up throwing spring training next year, and lost it. And then if there is a season, right? So I feel like they could have done this sooner, but you never want to make anyone go through unnecessary surgery, right? So, but it feels like this was leaning that way, and they just didn't want to accept it.
He's got time.
Yeah, and you don't know. A lot of the times, it's not just the doctors. It could be the player saying, "Let me rehab first," or let me So, where that's more speculation.
All right, so let's get some quick predictions here, guys, before we move on to some other stuff, some little fun stuff.
All right, so yeah, I think we talked about a good amount of what we wanted to talk about. I mean, we talked about who's gonna. All right, so I think realistically, one of my questions was going to be who leads the team in home runs this year. I mean, even if it's through halfway point of the season, right? Is anyone picking anyone other than Luis Robert?
No, Blue Bob or bust.
Yeah.
Even if he gets traded at the All-Star,
He'll
he's going to lead.
He'll probably still have more home runs than anybody in the
Sox.
Sox.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like maybe Andrew Vaughn, but
all
right. The main one is who leads the team in wins this year. Because I think the starting rotation is an interesting question where you just got a bunch of dudes that you don't really know who's going to take the ball and run with it, if you will. And you also don't know how many wins is going to lead this team in wins. It could be less than double digits. It could be 9 wins.
All right. I might just take I'm going to go with Davis Martin.
Yeah, that was my answer. I think Davis Martin has shown a lot of people, a lot of dart heads out there wanted Davis Martin to be the opening day starter.
Right.
He's shown that he's able to, eat up some innings, and he's got enough. I don't think he's necessarily a great pitcher, but he's crafty enough to, get some results. So yeah, that was going to be my answer. If it's not Davis Martin, who the hell knows who it's going to be?
Yeah, so the one caveat I will say, if it isn't him, I'm going to go with the field and somebody out of the bullpen. Somebody out of the bullpen, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like bunch of tie games or maybe possibly like a comeback win here or there, like a lot of like cheap wins.
Yeah, get like closer gets the wins all the time. So
Yeah, after he blows a save.
Yeah.
So Matt Foster.
Yeah, right.
All right. Speaking of closers, I mean, I think it hasn't really been announced, but everyone's assuming that Mike Clevenger is going to be the closer to start the year. But I'll tell you right now, I have no faith of him staying healthy, or two, him, getting many save opportunities to begin with. I don't think he'll be here in the long run. Who leads the Sox in saves this year? This question broke my brain too, because I don't think I have an answer.
Matt Foster. I'm going Matt Foster.
It could be freaking Hulk Hagen Smith when he gets called up. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I
don't know.
Dude, I was looking at the bullpen, and dude, I want to give a quick shout out and a quick credit to all of the White Sox podcasts that actually talk White Sox week in and week out, whether it's Sox Machine and the 108 guys, or Sox on, or Good Guys Talk
Sox on
Back,
35th.
or Sox on 35th, which is more of a blog than, but like,
Right.
I was like doing these predictions, and Jason, you sent your questions over, and then that's the first time I really like broke down and like looked at this fucking lineup, and I was like, holy shit, we could have done like Fire player or White Sox player. I don't think you guys have known either way.
Dude.
just give us a dartboard and just throw a dart and see what sticks. That's basically what it is.
All right, so we'll save that question for later. Maybe somebody in the comments could tell us that one. But this is the last one. And this is something that we can all answer, and we should answer. Season prediction, win-loss record. What do we got? Are we breaking 60 wins? Are we worse than last year? What do you realistically?
Wins. 65
Holy
wins.
shit. That's a huge jump up from last year.
I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was asking me how many wins do you think the Sox are gonna? He's a Cubs fan. So how many wins do you think the White Sox are gonna win? I said, well, right now, it was like what 49.5. Then it moved to like 51.
It started. I think it's at
so now it's 53
and a half.
It's 53 and a half right now. I told him, yes, I think that they'll win 53 and a half, over 53 and a half games. Now, how many games am I going to 60? I don't know about that. I might stick to 55. I think that they'll do well over 49, but I'm going to say 55, 57. 57 being the highest.
I think we're going 125 for season 125, baby.
Damn. So they're going to be worse than last year?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
I really think so.
Oh, let's talk about wins.
Well, yeah, but he's
125 wins.
So when I started really looking at the numbers, and I really originally I'm like, if I would have got the 49 and a half wins, I would have jumped on that immediately, just because that's such a low number.
Mm-hmm.
But people are saying like, oh, well, like, what if they bounce back and win close to 60 wins? And I'm like, even with the upgrade at manager, because Pedro Grifol was ass and Will Venable was the talk of the town. He was the biggest name out there, and the White Sox got him. But realistically, I don't know how much a manager can turn things around like without the people on the field doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And what worries me is, one, they got rid of their best pitcher they got rid of Garrett Crochet. There sounds like they're going to get rid of Luis Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of the projections have them hitting less home runs and scoring less runs than last year.
Right.
And the pitching staff and the bullpen is worse.
It's worse.
Where do the wins come from? And that's what's scary. It's like we suffered through last season, and I'm like, it has to be better than last season, right? It has to be. But there's a chance it's not. And that's what's scary. So I think the 53 and a half number is awesome, and I think it's right there. So
I got one. Vegas, real quick.
Vegas don't miss. I'm going 54 and a half, or 54 wins
last year.
Yeah.
I'm going 54 wins.
Real quick prediction. Do they win the home opener? Yes or no?
Yes. They always win the home opener.
No, they don't.
What are you
I
talking
think
about?
they're
They didn't win a home opener.
They're like,
Remember they got rocked like 13 to something against the Giants?
That was a misnomer. You can't hit.
what
You
do you
can't
mean?
ban
No,
that.
hold on. Time out. I think you said they always win the home opener. I'm pretty sure they're like 3-10 or 3-7 in the last like decade. You could fact check me on that. I think they've lost more. They've lost more than they've won.
I'm going to say they're going to win. They're going to win the home opener.
I do think they're going to win because the Angels stink too. The Angels are just as booty as the White Sox.
Yeah. All right. So that's all of our White Sox predictions, but we still have a little bit more White Sox talk because what's everybody love about going to the game? Eating and drinking,
drunk.
right?
Whiskey at Comiskey?
Yeah,
That too.
Whiskey, yeah.
So we got a chance to go down to the park and try all the new foods and everything, and that was a fun time. And we have a nice little YouTube video, but I want to get you guys. I'm gonna pull up some pictures. I want you guys to give a quick smash or pass on this. We're not stealing the 108 spit. No signers, but just if you like the food, or you're gonna.
It sounds like you stole exactly the 108 shit. You could have named it anything else. It could have been thumbs up, thumbs down, or
eat or skeet. Eat or skeet.
I just kicked my camera. Just rate my
thumbs up or thumbs down.
Full chub, half chub, no chub.
Yeah, that's our bit. Yeah, no smash or pass.
No. All right. First thing I want to show you guys here. Look at all these cool new beer offerings we got here. Yingling and Sapporo are going to be on tap. I know.
It was a contract.
I know.
Yeah. What is that?
This is everything that's going to be on the at the team this year. So new breweries: Crispin Cider, Golden Road Brewing, Moody Tongue Brewing, Moore's Brewing, Roadhouse Brewing, and Saugatuck Brewing.
Saugatuck's good beer.
It is, but they picked their worst one.
Yeah, blueberry lemonade shandy.
Oh yeah, no shandies. I don't fuck with shandies.
Yeah.
I like shandy.
But Yingling and Sapporo on draft at all concessions.
Yingling.
Yeah.
Big
That's a
Yingling
must.
guy. Big
That's a
Yingling
must.
guy.
That's a must.
But my question is, we've been Modelo guys through and through. Are we switching that up and going Yingling this year? I think I might have to stick with the Modelos.
Well, I think with the Yingling versus the Modelos, Modelos doesn't. It's not as heavy. To me, it's not heavy, so I think I'll still stick with it. My Yingling they have like once or twice during the game, but I think I might stick with Modelos.
I guess it depends. If it's draft,
my bad.
If it's a draft, Ling Ling, I might have to give myself a couple of them drafts. Yeah.
All right. First up, the Patty Melt. This is located in Stadium Club. Are we eating or skeeting?
Are we going to Stadium Club? That's the thing.
Yeah, it's something like that. That is like the one thing year after year that like upsets me about like watching like the new foods come out. It's like 90% of it's the Stadium Club.
There's a lot of it. A lot of it is Stadium Club only. Yeah.
I
just won't be.
I will say another thing too is that like if I'm in Stadium Club, yes, I will have something to eat with whatever they have. The patty melt does look good. I'm mostly eating at the tailgates. I'm mostly eating like, or if that, I'm eating like hot dogs. I'm eating something like real easy for me. I'm not carrying a whole bunch of fucking shit around so I could just, I'm not like that. I'm very simple with stuff like that. So I'm just going to, just give me a bowl of sauce. Just give me a hot dog. I'll be totally fine with that. But I mean, if we're Stadium Club, this is totally different. Yes. This looks good. I'm going to say it looks good. You guys try it, right?
It was good. It was really good. And to tell you the truth, that was the first patty melt I had ever had.
In your life?
Like, yeah, in my life.
Jesus.
I had never had it. And it was so good. I went to Culver's 2 days later and got the Culver's patty melt because Josh Nelson said that he liked it so much. So now I'm a patty melt guy.
Dude,
there you go.
Corned beef sandwiches.
Yeah, corned beef. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I grew up with tacos and tostadas, man.
So did I. That's no excuse.
Well, here, speaking of corned beef, the 35th Street Reuben. So it's their take. Now this had the cheese and the kraut, but instead of Thousand Island dressing, they have like their own house dressing with it. So it wasn't a true Thousand Island, but it was still good. But you guys eating a Reuben at the ballpark?
You know what? I used to get the corned beef sandwiches all the time. They were like almost by the 108. They had that whole thing where they were like cutting up like it was like a deli corner or some shit. I mean, they always do it pretty well. The big thing is it's low impact, and no matter who's doing it, it's hard to fuck up a sandwich like that. You know, that's the big thing is like executing stuff like this. Like, yes, you've got professional chefs doing all of this stuff here for you that day. This is very low impact that anybody can just shave meat and throw it on bread. So,
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I'd smack that down.
I would say like I have to have like a taste for it though. Like I'm not just gonna go to every time I go to the ball game, I'm just gonna get like a Reuben. I just have to have like
True.
a taste for it. Like I had a Reuben when there was like St. Patty's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be like something that's gonna be like, I got a taste for it. So I would say like, I'd give this like a thumbs up or whatever we're doing. Where it does look good. The sauce, though, if they have like a different sauce to it, I mean, again, you guys were the ones who were tasting it. I mean, what's your thoughts on that whole sauce versus what they normally?
I prefer Thousand Island dressing, but it was still good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fine. Like it didn't ruin it. It was good.
Yeah. I skipped one real quick because we were talking corned beef, but this is their loaded brisket cheese curds. Really awesome. Looks great. The downside is it's in seat in club level only. So,
Of course.
Majority of us are never going to have this dish. So
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
All right. The Shy Italian, their take in Stadium Club bar. This is their take on an Italian deli sandwich. They had like a giardiniera relish on this. We really both thought this was amazing. Are you guys getting this in the Stadium Club?
Again, low impact. I'd fuck with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, this thing was one of the best things we had, and the only thing that messes up a deli sandwich, and Luke's in the comments saying the deli counter on top of the 108, like kitty corner from the Midwest beer stand, they have awesome sandwiches. The only thing that could fuck up a deli sandwich or like any type of sandwich at a stadium is like if the bread is like dry as hell. But like the White Sox do it right, so like. Typically, that's not the case at Sox games. It can be the case at other stadiums. I've had some bad food at a lot of bad stadiums, but this thing was awesome. This was one of the highlights of the media day.
Yeah. Next up is the All Pro, which is their hot ham and Swiss. This one was by far my favorite of the sandwiches. So it had a nice little mustard butter with it. It's a hot sandwich, obviously, because it's a hot ham and Swiss. But in the Stadium Club, at the bar, I think this is a must for me, at least. I gotta get this again.
I'm a big fan of ham and Swiss, especially if it's like a hot sandwich. I will fuck with this for sure. That does look good. And again, we're talking about the White Sox, who probably have some of the best food anywhere, in any stadium whatsoever. Like I said, I haven't been to every stadium, but this is what I've been hearing from other people who've gone to different stadiums that, that looks good. I would definitely try that if we were in Stadium Club.
Yeah, it fucks.
Yep. All right. Next up, these are the Lucky's dogs. This is their new Korean hot dog stand. So right now we have the El Diablo and the All American. The El Diablo is with flaming hot Cheetos on the crust, and then the All American is with Frosted Flakes. But these are hot dogs wrapped and ketchup and mustard, and on the All American, and then mozzarella, sambal mayo, and a FU sauce, a foo sauce.
They're like corn dogs. They're
Yeah.
corn dogs wrapped in like cereal and or Cheetos. And we lost Dougie, but he's back.
I'm looking at this. I could tell I'll take a shit if I eat this. like right away. This will go straight to my stomach and be like, oh, I gotta go. So I'm gonna pass on this one. I'm gonna get thumbs down on it. It just seems like it's too busy. It's too much for me. That's a thumbs down for me.
I would try this at least once. I am a big corn dog junkie. But my whole thing is, and I hope that it isn't, I hope they're made to order, because if they're not made to order and they like get a bunch of them and pump them out,
They're fucking
it's going to be
cold.
the same shit. They're going to be cold.
Yeah.
They're going to be soggy.
Yeah.
You know, if they're sitting underneath a heat lamp, those things are just it's going to be dog shit. So
Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
I will say, because Luke's in the comments, he said a critical thing about the new foods is that the majority of them are in the club level. All of the Lucky's offerings are in the lower bowl. So you will be
section
able to
154.
find 154. You'll be able to find the corn dogs and everything that Lucky's does. And Lucky's did a lot of good things. The El Diablo, the one with the Cheetos, the flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I mean, it was sneaky, really good. But like you mentioned, like we had people preparing that food, you know, it might not be the same as in stadium. So I'd be interested to see what the difference is. Jason, before we get to the next one, we got Praz. He had a legendary night at Bally's, and he says, "You're welcome." He also said, by the way, I forgot the super chat rule. So if anyone has a request for these guys, it's on me.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Well, I
Next
just
up.
emptied the tank. So
Well,
Round on Mike.
The 499 was supposed to be a Q&A. It was supposed to be Ask a Bum. So
I forgot.
Yeah, ask us a question, Prez. Ask us a question. Sorry. English.
I'm going to skip this one real quick because it's their dessert corn dog, but it's...
Did you guys try that one?
No,
we didn't.
Okay. All right.
All right, so these are the new, also at Lucky's. These are the bubble waffles. So right now we have the change up and the gochujang, sorry. So we got basically it's like Peter, you said it's like chicken and waffles.
Yeah, it's like an elevated Asian chicken and waffle. I had the gochujang. I pronounced it wrong, and I got corrected on the internet for it. So fuck you guys. I don't know how to pronounce things. But it was good. It was really good. I mean, I don't know how many times you're gonna try to have bubble waffles at a game, but I like chicken and waffles. That's like one of my go-to brunch menu options. And this one was good. It was like spicy, sweet. The sesame, the chicken was good, and then obviously the bubble waffle. So I don't know. You guys fuck with this?
Yeah,
I would.
I would probably just make that thing into like an Asian taco.
Just like
Fill
wrap
that
it
thing
all.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, if this is something that this just seems too busy for me. Like if it's something where it's like I'm gonna have this in Stadium Club where I'm sitting down, yes, but I'm not gonna bring all this stuff when I'm like just like
Sitting in the 108.
Yeah, I don't even like putting mustard at a fucking hot dog sometimes because I feel like it might be too messy. That's when I had the mustache, but
this one, you're great. That's a great point, Johnny. This one's it's gonna be messy to eat. I don't know how you eat the whole waffle and everything else.
Just it all depends. Yeah,
give it a shot.
They also have chili crunch noodles there. So if you like a little, I don't want to say pad thai, but
it was very pad thai like.
Yeah, just without the peanuts, like the peanut sauce and everything. So, but yeah, that's another good one. Let's just gonna browse through that. So this is the one I really want to talk about because this is in section 110. We're gonna be close by this majority of the year. So this is the OG Sando. It's a fuku style habanero braised fried chicken sandwich. Got some pickles on there. Don't let the habanero scare you though. It's not that spicy. It was very mellow. And I think I'm going to be fucking with these a lot this summer.
They look good. I mean, as long as they stay true to that product, yeah, I'd mess with that.
I would too.
Yeah,
I'm just getting a chicken sandwich, I'll try it. I love chicken sandwiches. I mean, you mentioned like they got the pickles and stuff like that. Big fan of that, so I'll try that.
It was really good.
It is. It's fuku. It's not fuck you. It's fuku. It's actually it's an actual brand. It's fuku style chicken. The chef's name is David something, I believe. I can't remember his last name, but yeah, he's the one who does this style of chicken, fuku.
Yeah, read a book one time, Luke.
Yeah, they actually gave us a retweet on that post, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to some dessert here. Strawberry cream nachos. We're gonna skip these because these were in club level in seat service, so we're never gonna get these. But I don't know if anyone is eating strawberry.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah,
I mean, honestly.
The people were going crazy for those things. There's a lot of people like this was the best thing on the menu. I'm like, I'm never gonna eat this. There's no point for us to even review it.
You know, as soon as that shit gets to you in the seats, that whipped cream is melted to shit. You know, like it's just a fucking mess.
Again, Dougie, you mentioned this.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like that when you get
No.
it. You know,
No.
I mean, they spruce it up. They made it look like it's like, you know, a good thing.
Yeah.
It probably, I don't know if you guys did try it or not. It probably does taste really good, but I'm not gonna get that at a
Yeah.
baseball game.
Right.
It's just too busy. It's just too much for me.
Yeah, this is first date type shit.
Yeah. All right, real quick, Peter, I want to put this back up. Luke says corporate bums were professional and serious too. Go back and rewatch the first 30 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, zero serious,
Yeah.
zero professionalism whatsoever.
Yeah. All right, and then finally the cake shake.
The main event.
Main event. You can see in the background the campfire milkshake's on his cuck chair now. He has to sit and watch the celebration cake shake take over the spotlight now. New hot shit on the block. So these were prepared by a local bakery, made fresh every day. So at least that part is. I don't know about the rest of it, you know, when it gets there. But this was really good. I really enjoyed the celebration cake shake.
Wait, are they still gonna have that campfire milkshake still
Yeah.
around?
This is in addition
Okay.
to the campfire.
Okay, I didn't even have that last year. I don't think I'm just again. I'm not gonna have like a milkshake on a hot day, at a baseball game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stuff that I'm not gonna have. It does look good. Don't get me wrong. If I'm in like gonna be in Stadium Club or something like that, or one of the box like seats or whatever they're called. I've been drinking, so I'll be like, okay, I'll try one of those. But if I'm going to be sitting down watching the game, I just don't have a desire for it. So it looks good though.
Dougie, you were very anti s'mores or whatever the campfire
Fire milkshake
was.
Campfire, yeah.
Are you anti this one too, or is it just specifically to the campfire?
They couldn't have switched over to a flavor that I hate more than campfire. Like literally, they nailed it. I don't like anything like cake batter, like ice cream, that type of stuff. So like I'm doubling down. I'm going anti-milkshake 2 years running. I don't see the longevity in it. You know, I mean, it don't get me wrong. It looks amazing. You know, the cookie and then the cake and everything like that. And you were saying it's coming from a local bakery, bake fresh every day. How many times are they going to go to that bakery for 100, for whatever, 80 something home
82
games? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I think it's going to be one of those deals to where like, it's going to start off hot and heavy. And then by the end of the year, I think it's just going to be a very watered down, it was kind of like what happened with the campfire milkshake. Everybody said like after the All-Star break, like it totally changed. Like they just totally started doing something different. And I think that's what will happen again. So,
all right. I'm
Looks
going to
cool.
give you guys a little sneak peek of what's going to happen. This thing was fucking awesome. I didn't really care for the campfire milkshake all that much. This thing was so good. I'm going to use my kids as bait. I'm going to say, hey, kids, let's go get a milkshake for you guys. And I'm going to have 3/4 of it because it was so goddamn good. That's going to be my move this year.
Oh, what the hell? You're going to be stealing that? No, don't do that.
I'm going to say, hey, kids, let's go get a cake shake. And they're going to have the cookie and they're going to have the, like the little cake that's there baked fresh every day. And then, like they'll have a sip and they can have the sprinkles, but then that shake, I'm going to be downing that cake. I'm going to have to go poop at your house, Johnny.
You live intolerant for that.
You live so close, Johnny, that just give me a key.
No.
Man.
Yeah, we got to start a campaign. Let baloney poop.
Let baloney poop.
Yeah, that's someone else.
I can
all right, and the last
manager, I can do whatever.
thing I had for you guys, new for this year for the 125th anniversary, they have a new cocktail program going on. So 6 classic cocktails that are with the Sox twist on them. These are going to be located in the Shy Sox Bar and Grill, the Light and Kugels Craft Lodge, Jack Daniel's Bar, and Beggar's Pizza Pub Bar. So 4 locations to get these. This is their old fashioned, so it's the Pale Holes Old Fashioned, what you see there on the left, and then on the right, that is the Southside Sling, so their take on a Singapore Sling. But they also have a Bridgeport Iced Tea, take on a Long Island. The Hemingway Daiquiri. I said and then they Pinwheel Banger, so it's a take on a Harvey Wallbanger, and a Sox in the City Cosmopolitan. So their take on the Cosmos. So I definitely think one of the first things we got to do this year is get these, and let's do a rate my cock on the new cocktails this year.
I love that idea, Jason. I have one better. They already let us in to the media day for the food. Let's have a private bums media day with the cocktails, and we'll put it on the YouTube and we'll rate them all. Because we are the one thing we will say, Jay, we talked to them about it. We do bourbon reviews, we do tequila reviews. We are the drink, quote unquote, experts. You
Connoisseurs.
You bartended for so long, Dougie. All four of us. We house cocktails. Yeah. So instead of us paying money to go pay the $20 for a drink, maybe toss us a review and we'll put it on the YouTube.
I like the way you think on that. So, all right, that was our food media preview day review. So, guys, there's one thing that they didn't have us and that I was really pissed off about, but in section 125 this year, so I believe that's behind home plate. They got a Sonoran hot dog now this year.
Yeah,
the Sonoran it was not there on media day, but they had it on the list, and I'm going to have a conflict of interest now between the Cuban sandwich and the Sonoran hot dog every game I go, because I love me a Sonoran hot dog, and there might be an internal battle going on with that.
Okay.
So
I love that Cuban sandwich though.
Wait, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned it, Jay, because I saw this from two different places that were at media day, but I didn't hear anything of it. And so this could be wrong. This could be fake news, if you will. But I heard that one of these things is replacing the Cuban sandwich. So I thought
that's
that
the
Cuban sandwich.
That's a fucking mistake.
So that's where I wanted to get your take.
Don't kill the messenger.
Don't kill the messenger. I saw it two different places that the Cuban is going to be replaced by, I don't know if it's the OG Sando or something else. Something else is replacing the Cuban. I could be wrong.
Look at Jason's face right now.
You better be wrong.
I just told him there's no Santa Claus. He's devastated right now.
We're both Dougie's devastated too.
Oh yeah, you better be wrong, because honest to God, that is the best thing in the whole fucking stadium.
Yes,
hands down.
Yes,
hands down.
Peter, you better be wrong. Okay,
I just saw it.
My man that doesn't eat any sandwiches. Have you ever had a Cuban in your life?
I'm just reporting the news.
No,
I don't make the news.
No. Answer the question, damn it.
Yes, of course. I've had many Cuban sandwiches. I eat
Latino.
I eat Latino sandwiches, not no corned beef Polish.
Shame.
Motherfucker had his first patty melt over the weekend.
Yeah, it was a hamburger and a grilled cheese. It was awesome.
I really hope I'm gonna when we walk in gate 5, I'm gonna go straight ahead. Yeah. And if that Cuban stand isn't there, and the Cuban Comet stand is gone, I will go Hulk smash on that shit. It's
always the biggest line. Always the biggest line.
Luke did. This is a good point though, because we had it the year that they debuted. They were fucking awesome sandwiches. I had it last year. They've gone downhill. Like the Cuban sandwiches peaked and then slowly started.
So has the team. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit. That's what it is. The food matches the team. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Fucking Cuban talk, man. I'm fucking riled
fuck.
up.
Fuck. All right. Before we actually, Peter, let's wrap up the food talk. Let's play some play that from our sponsor.
Yeah. Speaking of food, delicious food.
The original Chickies Beef is a proud sponsor of the BumCast. Lent is here, and the last thing you want is to go to hell. So don't miss out on Chickies' fresh beer-battered codfish sandwich, available every Wednesday and Friday. Made from scratch, this sandwich features beer-battered cod, melted American cheese, zesty tartar sauce, and crunchy pickles. Also, make sure you check out their menu for a variety of other Lenten specials you don't want to miss. So don't upset Jesus. Stop into the original Chickies Beef, 4152 Roosevelt Road in Hillside, and tell them the Bum sent you. Don't go to hell. All right, real quick. I owe Gordo a a chug from earlier in the show. So chug.
Oh,
That's for
you
you.
asshole!
Boo.
What a dick! Dude.
Boo.
This is how people they're gonna stop paying us for these shows. This
This is the same guy that did not want to put kiss makeup on as well too.
I don't paint my face.
Oh, we got another.
Missy Carroll, press question. How much to let me explain that the Kool-Aid man would live, and I'm correct?
Oh no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Hold on, no, hold on.
No,
She paid money
this is-
for this. Just explain the concept.
Okay, fine. The question is that if you drain the Kool-Aid out of the pitcher of the Kool-Aid man, will he live or no? Yes, or
Yes.
no?
Yeah, it's not blood. He doesn't. It's not circulating
Right.
through his veins.
No, how do you no? But what about if this is the lifeblood of that's what it is. When you have all the Kool-Aid out, he's done for. It's
No,
done.
he's just
How do you know that?
smug.
How do you know that?
Science.
No, it's not science. It's a fucking cartoon. It's fantasy. So no, I'm not going with this. Just go through the bum stuff right now. This is too much of a question. I know why she did that. Just move on from the question, okay?
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Man, that got Johnny riled up. That's awesome. Here's our listener bums and MVBs. First up, the original Mr. Joey P. Bum of the week. Summer construction season is here. Driving down into downtown sucks. It does every year. Hope and good. That's like 8-9 years too. So enjoy the next decade of hell.
Yeah.
Going into the city. MVB, the sun. I'm loving the 7 p.m. sunsets. Aren't we all?
Yes.
Aren't we all?
That's nice. That's nice.
It's burning my retinas every time I drive home from the office. It's freaking
Wear glasses.
dangerous.
Wear glasses.
I do wear glasses.
Missy, MVB, this guy, content for weeks. I gotta before you say something real quick, I just want to ask, when I first saw this, I thought this was a parody for like other people's days. I didn't know if this was, I completely thought this was a joke, and apparently it's serious.
Yeah.
So
It's serious.
Missy, and then Roxy commented on this earlier in the podcast, talking about the ice sky. And if you guys know me, I am plugged into the internet more than most people. I mean, screen time through the roof. I'm just like there for the memes and the content and everything. This somehow missed me. I have no idea what this fucking guy is doing. So explain it to me.
So just real quick, this guy has a routine. In the morning, he does these like exercises. He does his like routine of what he like eats.
It's like 5 hours long.
It's like a routine of not
He got
5
no
hours
job?
long. No. It's what Jason means is that this is what he does like per hour at this time and that time. And he dunks his head in this like mysterious water. I don't even know what it is that he dunks his head in, but he does all
It's just
this
ice
stuff.
water, right?
Yeah, it's like
No.
$3 a bottle though.
Yeah, but he puts like something in there. It's just not regular water. Yeah.
Topo Chico. I'm gonna do it with Topo Chico tomorrow. I'll report back. I got nothing
Yeah.
to do in the morning.
I'll
Missy,
send it to you.
Send me the
I'll send it
outline.
to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Nah,
so you can take
Nah,
it.
Saratoga water, get out of here.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
yeah.
liquid death, or we're gonna do Topo Chico. I'll do a Topo Chico.
But it's funny because like he'll show like the minute by minute, it'd be like at 4:53 putting on my shoe, at 4:53 walking out the door, at 4:57 hitting the elevator. Like it's like insane breakdown of what he's.
And now he doesn't know that he's getting made fun of this whole time. People think there's like, oh, they're copying me. No, dude, bro, you're getting made fun of the whole time. He
It's ridiculous.
basically took a banana peel and wiped it on his face.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I thought this was
Yeah.
parody. I thought this was supposed to be making fun of like Kevin Warren's 14-hour day or something. You know?
Wait,
Dude.
banana peel on your face. That's how you get pink eye. And people don't know this, but everyone assumes it's fecal matter and you got, booty stuff in your eyes. But
Yeah.
you could get banana induced pink eye as well. Shout out Uncle
Uh-huh.
Chaps. That's how I know it.
No.
I had so many drinks yesterday at the Blackhawks game, and this was kind of the first time I was seeing it was yesterday. I thought that was Stefan Urkel at first.
Hey,
I really did.
Hey, put some respect on his name. It's Stefan Urkel.
Urkel. Sorry, my bad.
You guys both fucked it up.
Yeah.
So,
I did fuck it up.
All right, next up, Jose, MVB, us, and those sweet caps. See you all in 3 days. Oh, man, we can't wait to hand those out to everyone. Thank you for everyone who's pre-ordered. And we will have some available on hand opening day.
Limited.
So if you
Limited amount on
limited
hand.
edition, yeah.
yes. So first come, first serve for those after they pick up. Thank you, guys. And Bum, Mr. Brightside 053 for always crying on the Boneheads. of
Old
Brisbane.
53.
Wow.
He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. More because he busted your balls, Jason, but it was all in good fun. It was good.
Yeah. Yep. Taco, MVB, Mike Jones. Who is Mike Jones? Bum of the week. Everyone who doesn't know Mike Jones' phone number.
Jason?
This is number.
281-330-8004.
04. Yep. I was hoping. I was like, oh, we got to know the number. Yeah.
Let me see if I got it right real quick.
No, it is.
It's
No,
281-330-8004.
281 330 8004.
What you know about Mike Jones?
That's gonna get us canceled.
Yeah, it is. Colonel Bourbon, Bum of the week. My boss for making me drive to Milwaukee today for an hour meeting that could have been a text. Hey, also, you make a beer run too. So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
you know, impromptu beer and cheese run. So that's not actually a bad thing. I agree. Some meetings can be a quick text, phone call, whatever. But you know, if you get a day out of the office and you get to buy beer and cheese, I think that's a win.
There's I don't like giving Wisconsin credit for anything ever, but the one thing they nailed is Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee, Johnny. You know that. You could go to Cops, you could get some burgers, you could go to Solomons and get some burgers, you get some beer. There's a lot of things you can do. So that's not the worst thing in the world, Colonel Bourbon.
Yeah. MVP Ben Johnson for helping the Hawks to get that Tuddy Sunday. Yeah, the Hawks got the Ben Johnson rub yesterday, and if that's a preview for what's going to come, Bears are going to be putting up a 50 burger each game, guys, because the Hawks just came out of hibernation, put up 7 points like it was 2013 all over again. So I'm ready for Bears to put up some burgers this year.
Instant offense.
Yep. Next up, we got Sockside Boys, MVB. Twilight Golf is back. Yes, it is. Hit the range, hit the course, whatever you want.
Post work.
Always nice. Bum of the week, Rain, making it the rounds walking or cart paths only. Yeah, that's
the ground. Even if it wasn't the rain, I mean, it snowed 3 inches like last week. It's still early. I know, Jason, you said you text me, you're like, my landscapers are out. And I'm like, that's really early for them to be out, even if it's just for cleanups and stuff, So I know a lot of people want to get out early, hit the golf course or even, do some yard work. The ground is still a little soft. Give the grass a little bit of time to rejuvenate. That's
driving range.
That's my PSA to you guys. Give the grass a little bit of time for it to rejuvenate.
Yeah. Maloney says, give the grass a chance.
Thank you.
Next up, we got King Ass MVB, the Person Arenas. Bum of the week, the Person Arenas. Thank you for that contribution, Sam. Sidney Brown, my MVBs, the Bums on starting year 3 of the Whiskey Comiskey tailgates, and Bulls rookie forward Matas Berzelius for his 31-point performance versus the Lakers and his dunk on Luka Doncic.
Hey man, those Bulls.
Thank you.
31 points. They killed the Lakers.
Josh Giddey, all of a sudden looking like a dude. Like, we don't talk much Bulls on this, but Buzelis and Giddey, that could be a combination going forward for a long time. They were doing work. They've been doing work the last 2.5 weeks or so. It's awesome. Good to know.
Yep.
That's the last time we talk Bulls for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably do Bulls, Fire player, White Sox player with me.
All right. That's a segment for next week.
I like it.
I'm
Next.
not here.
Oh yeah, he is that. Mailman Jack MVB Spot Hero app parked downtown on Saturday evening saved me over $30 on parking near Chicago Theater. Always helps to have that in the pinch, man.
Hell yeah.
That's a shit.
And Bum of the week, the feeling of helplessness when your child is sick. I don't know if kids, but I'm assuming that it's a pretty bad feeling. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Tough. Yep.
No, but yeah, I mean, Max has been sick, or I mean, she
Yeah,
got bit.
it's
Like,
yeah,
it's the same feeling.
Same and it's with dogs too. It's even worse because they don't tell you what the
Nah,
hell's
get
wrong.
out of here. Get out of here. It's even worse.
I'm sorry, I don't mean
just
it's,
say
it's,
same.
wor-
Same.
No,
it's wor- I
Similar.
meant to say it's worse, but I guess maybe a little more difficult because they can't tell you what's wrong,
Yeah.
right? So you have
Sometimes kids can't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any bums or MVBs this week, so we'll let Baloney kick it off this week.
All right. I got a couple. So I'm gonna start with the easy one. We just talked about the food and the media day. So I want to thank Brooks Boyer, Mike Downey, and everyone at the White Sox for this is the first year we as the bums got invited to anything like that. And it was awesome. Like I can't wait. We talked about it. Like if we get back invited next year, we're gonna do a rotation so we all get to go and we'll figure it out as we can. But it was real cool. Like it was something that when we started this, like who knows how this is gonna go. We started this podcast via Zoom during COVID, and all of a sudden now we're getting invited to media day. So that was cool. It was a really nice, really cool feeling. And then my bum of the week in regards to that is White Sox influencers. And I'm not calling out anyone in particular. And I will say our group of White Sox friends, whether it's from the 108 and My Sox Summer was there, or Josh Nelson was there, Maddie Spagnola was there, baseball gal Al from Sox or Southside Sox were there. We all behaved. It was awesome, but it was these actual Instagram influencers and other things. They ate and then they left everything out on the table for other people to pick up. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, act like you've been there before or have some sort of social tact or anything. And now I'm going to pat ourselves on the back, Jason. Our table, which was opposite of this one, we threw everything away. I wiped down the table with Dasani water because we had a little bit of mustard on it. We cleaned everything. We left it as if it was brand new. And Mike Downey, shout out Mike Downey, he was he's like, this is borderline disrespectful. And I was like, yeah, dude, this is bad. And I was like, look at our table. I was like, I wiped it down.
Brownie, you want brownie points.
Well, we want to go back next year.
Oh yeah, no,
if we do this bullshit, we might not be invited back. So, dude,
bring the Windex.
I couldn't believe that people just left the table like that. And this is like a little tease for Whiskey at Comiskey. If you guys hit me up or we're going to be at the tailgate, we're going to be having drinks, ask me who it is, and I might just snitch on them because I do know who it was, but I don't want to air them out in public.
Cheese mess.
I will tell you this. Dasani, that's all I would use it for is wiping down a table.
That's all we had.
Yeah,
that's all we
had.
I know. I'm just saying.
All right. Two more. I got. I mean, this is going to be consensus from the group. The shout out from Schriffen was awesome. He's been awesome from Jump Street since last year. He's been really good to us, so we appreciate that. So we just want to thank John Schriffen. We can't wait to see him on Thursday. And then my last bum of the week, and this is mandated by my wife. She said, she's like, I'm going to send you a video clip. I want you to talk about this motherfucker, and then we're going to bum him. So this is a basketball coach out of New York. His name is Coach Zulu or Zulo. But this is, it's borderline criminal.
Seniors for an outstanding career. Congratulations as well to Coach Zulo. Came out of retirement to coach this Falcons team.
Oh, he's getting fired.
He already
fired.
He already issued an apology, which was bullshit. He's getting charged with some misdemeanors. It wasn't really all that serious, but I'm gonna speak in generalities as a parent. But yeah, you guys could probably all agree. This happens. It's on site. I'm beating this old ass motherfucker, and it's not even a question. Like, holy
Yep.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
who do you think you are? This is girls' high school basketball in New York. You're not fucking Bobby Knight. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you thinking, man?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
Yeah.
saw this and I was like, all right, easy bum of the week. This is no bueno. Can't be doing it.
Yeah.
And shout out to the girl defending her.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah.
The teammate defending her. I mean, I actually don't know the name or anything like that, but she stood up for her teammate. That's what you hope to do. You know, like if you're a good teammate, you're a good coworker, you're a good friend, everything like that. You stand up for them.
Yep.
And
So that was good.
if that guy's got kids, I wouldn't be surprised if DCFS is paying a visit to him.
That guy's like 70 years old. His kids are probably old. You know what? If I'm if I'm the dad of the girl, I'm beating up the old man and I'm beating up the kids too because they're probably 40.
All right, Dougie, you're up.
All right. So quick MVB. I wanted to MVB the Blackhawks just for an awesome game yesterday. That was all the feels were there. I know Jason, you were feeling it there too. And then also afterwards, one of the season ticket holder perks was you get to go on center ice and take a photo or whatever. So I was able to do that with my family. I actually FaceTime Baloney while I was on the ice for no apparent reason at all. Yeah. So MVB to the Blackhawks or whatever. They continue to treat their season ticket holders well, and just for that game was awesome. In a down season that felt awesome yesterday. So my bum of the week goes out to FedEx. FedEx just absolutely royally fucked up a package for me. It was actually just an envelope that I needed to get somewhere overnight. I actually ended up paying $75 to get it overnighted.
Damn.
And then they just decided that they were going to change it from overnight to 3-day priority.
Oh.
And for no reason at all or whatever, I'm battling them, showing them, what I paid. And they have a claims department, which is total bullshit. Nothing ever happens with it. I've been battling this whole thing or whatever to get a refund for it. And and they suck. So
I don't like FedEx either.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably why fucking Tom Hanks crashed that plane. So, fuck them.
Fuck them, indeed. All right, Johnny, take us home.
Play the video, please. I only got one.
Jason, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So basically, they're saying the worst park in Major League Baseball.
And I am in total agreement with this one.
So am I. This place sucks.
Fucking
Great field, the Chicago White Sox.
Rate Field. It used to be called Comiskey for years. Now it's something. It used to be guaranteed Rate Field. Now it's just Rate Field. Not only is it a shitty ballpark, but they got fucking fucked up fans too. So you can take that with you, all you Chicago fucks.
I couldn't agree more, Thrill. I'm glad we're on the same page.
See, Will Clark, you don't fuck with me, man. You don't fuck with any of Chicago as well too. And for the fact that you're saying shit like that, when was the time you ever played at Comiskey Park? You were in the National League the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did you ever go over there? And are you just looking at something that happened like 20, 25 years ago that fucking happened? And then just start saying all this shit? No, fuck Will Clark, man. Fuck him. Fuck anything about him whatsoever. He's a piece of shit. I thought, he was a good player. I'm not going to deny that. He was a really good player. But to say something like that, go fuck yourself, Will Clark. That guy's such a pussy as well too. And you could put that and plug that and see if he comes over to fucking Comiskey Park and see if he comes to the south side, you motherfucker. Fuck you.
He won't step foot.
We'll clip that. Play that again. Let's motherfuck the other guy too. That idiot looked like fucking Matt Riddle. Look at that guy.
So basically, they're saying the worst park in Major League Baseball.
And I am in total agreement with this one.
That other guy got off easy. Fuck that other guy too. Look dressed like a clown.
Yeah, I mean, you can make fun of the name, but okay, yeah. I'll allow that. But to say like just because, like you said, Johnny, the fans beat up the years ago. Fuck it, like what was that? Like 2002, 2001, some shit like that.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of great fans, and the ones that still support this team throughout the fucking bullshit and all the Jerry bullshit and stuff like that. And if you want to see some awesome fans, then he can come to Lot B, see all the fucking awesome fans that we have, and then we'll all kick the fucking shit out of him. We'll fucking curb stomp that motherfucker right after he says how great we are.
Well,
We're getting the pitchforks. We're
Listen,
threatening to beat people up just like the Leguiz beat up that third base coach or whatever.
Listen,
Catch me outside. How about that?
No, listen. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to threaten somebody to beat them up and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm like, but yeah, this guy, Jason, you're going a little too far, man. I'm just fucking pissed that he's saying all this stuff because he hasn't been around the park in such a long time. We have changed the way that the park has been. Like it's a lot different than when he was around and he used to play. I could probably understand when he was around. Yeah, it might have been a little fucked up. It might have been a little shitty, but they've done so many renovations. They've done so many different things. It's a very kid friendly type of park. You got all the tailgate stuff. You got everything as well too. Forget about if we weren't like the ones that were tailgating. A lot of other people are tailgating as well too. It's such a good time to go to a White Sox game. And again, it's a family-friendly environment as well too, where you could take your kids and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? And for him to say something like that, where he hasn't been around in such a long time, go fuck yourself, Will Clark. You're shit. All right, you're shitty as well too. So I don't want to say anything else because I'm just fucking pissed.
I agree with you, Johnny.
Okay.
Boo Will Clark. I will say, counterpoint to that, the one time I brought Landon to a game was the night of the shooting. So that was a problem. Maybe Will Clark has a little bit of a point. But speaking of tailgates.
All right, guys. Like I said, we'll see you all in 3 days. Whiskey at Comiskey. We'll be there. Remember, they say 3 hours. Show up a little early. I think it's probably going to be more like 4 hours. So, but we'll be setting up as soon as we can. So keep an eye out when you see the gates are open. But, noon at the latest, maybe 11 o'clock. But anyways, thank you to everyone who has RSVP'd. If you haven't, get your RSVPs in. We're going to have a hard food count by tomorrow. So this is it, guys. So 3 days. Let's see you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who liked, commented, super chatted. All the super chats. We love you guys. And
best super chat day by far. Thank you to everyone that super chat.
Everybody.
I mean, there's too many to count on the list, but thank you to everyone. This was by far the best super chat day we've had as the Bums. So thank you, guys. We'll see you in Lot B, baby. Baseball's back.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Will Clark, shut the fuck